Hey everyone, I got these new colored pencils, so we're gonna draw and chat today. So it was my birthday last Saturday, so I bought myself some new art supplies, and I've used these colored pencils before. I just haven't been able to get new ones because these are a little bit on the expensive side. I feel like I said that wrong. But I got these on sale actually, so that was really awesome. These are Prismacolor colored pencils. This is a 60 pack in this cool like foldable plastic case that it comes in, and you could just easily put them in, take them out. So yeah, this is what we're going to be using today, and I'm just going to draw a little portrait of this reference I found on Pinterest as usual. Here's the reference, and let's get started. And I'm just going to speed up this sketch here because really what took the most time and what you're all here for is to see how I color this in with these Prismacolor colored pencils. And I don't really have a technique for sketching that much. I just kind of try to follow the reference as best as I can. If a new style emerges from that, then there we have it. I don't really have a set drawing style, so whatever happens kind of usually happens, and I just kind of roll with it. So yeah. So here is the final sketch, and as usual I always use a kneaded eraser to lightly erase my sketch before I use colored pencils over that. It's a really great technique because I can still see my original sketch and draw over it. So I'm going to use this peachy kind of skin tone color. You know, I don't always have the exact colors of, you know, things in the reference, so I try to match it as best as I can. Here I am just circling kind of the highlight areas where it's kind of just like white on the person's face and stuff, and then I just color around those little spots. And I just completely colored in the skin areas where the skin's exposed and just tried to fill in a lot of the kind of white space. These are really blendable colored pencils, so a lot of layers really helps, and you can eventually see like the buildup of the layers, and you know. And I tried to match the like blush color that she had, but I didn't have the exact color, but eventually, as like I said, keep layering, the colors kind of match a bit. Here I'm using a light brown to just start getting those shadows in. Adding all these highlights and shadows and kind of contours is really what makes a portrait look alive, kind of. I've been really heavily influenced by like drag makeup and just women in general since I just started drawing and stuff. So I kind of see drawing portraits and like drawing women and people as like makeup, like when I paint and stuff. I'm like, oh, here's the blush and here's the contour and this is their eyeshadow. I really see it all as kind of makeup, which is kind of interesting. If you are not following me on Instagram or checking in the community tab on my YouTube channel, I've mentioned, I think last week or something, I mentioned recently that I'm changing my schedule a bit. Instead of a video every single Friday, I'm going to do one every other Friday, so that just means there'll be a video every other week instead of every single week. And since I'm in college, the last semester just ended for me, so I'm having a few months break before the next semester, and this is just a great thing for me to kind of slow it down a bit and take time for myself, take time for my own art, because I haven't really been creating for myself. Ever since I was a teenager and I started sharing my art on Instagram, I kind of always felt the need to share my art for, you know, my audience, even if it was just a few people. so I haven't really been creating stuff for myself, which is kind of odd since I'm an artist, but it does happen. So yeah, that's what this little break is for me, and it's also kind of like a summer break, and once my classes start up again, this is also a great thing to time for, you know, homework and stuff like that, and also create for you guys. So since I have a bit of extra time, I have a lot of time for more ideas. Since I was making a video every single week, it was kind of hard to come up with something new, so there was a lot of kind of an overlap of some of the same things, but I do really enjoy the color pencil drawings, and I think you guys really do too, so that'll probably be something that'll stick. But I do have some exciting videos planned for the next few other weeks, so look forward to that, because I'm really excited for those. And since I also have some extra time, I also have time for like side projects and side art things. I had the idea to do a like big pets portrait of my boyfriend's, well, like their family pets, so it's gonna be like this big canvas of all their dogs and cats. So that'll probably take me a while because I'll have to paint dogs. But anyways, back to this drawing here. Like I mentioned before, that makeup kind of is a big influence on my art and my portraits. I picked this reference specifically because I thought that the person's makeup was so cool. So here I'm kind of doing the little bit of eyeshadow that she kind of has. I did a bit of red first, and then I kind of blended that with the same like the same peachy skin tone color, and it kind of blended out really well. And then I'm taking another red to do like the little stars that she has drawn on the inner and outer corners of her eyes. And I kind of do the same kind of makeup today. Actually, I play a lot with graphic liner makeup, so I really do like stars lately. I don't know what the obsession is with stars, but I think they're really cool. And like I mentioned before, I eventually got to layering this blush skin tone, this blush better, because she's like a lighter skin tone, like a lighter tan skin tone, so a pink or a red blush wouldn't match really well. It's kind of hard to explain. You know, different skin tones, not everybody's blush matches everybody's skin tones. So hers was a little bit purpley, but kind of pinky, so I tried to match that as best as I could. And here I'm just adding some eye details, like the lashes and the little pupils, and then adding little dark bits to the nose and kind of drawing her teeth a little bit. I just very slightly drew like the shape of the teeth, because I don't really draw teeth. I also use the black again to darken up the shadow areas here, because I can kind of see some blackness and a little bit of the shadows. And then I added a little like bra strap or like tank top strap or whatever she's got on, which was like a dark blue, so I think that really pops with everything. Just adding the details to that, and then I added a little bit of like pink and peach to like the inner eye duct stuff. She also had these little like diamond jewels around her eye, so I used a silver colored pencil, and it's actually silver, it's not like a gray color, to kind of draw those jewels in. Then I got started on my favorite part, the hair, and it's especially fun to draw natural, fun, frizzy hair. I'm not sure if her hair was frizzy, but the natural part was the fun part. Just filled in her little baby hairs that she has, little swoopy swoops. And then I got started on adding all the curls, which is so relaxing to do. Yeah, it was really fun just to draw a bunch of swirls and just to fill in all this white space with just swirls and swirls and swirls. But don't worry, I do add a bit of dimension, so it's not just black swirls and a bunch of white space, because you can see a lot of white space after all those curls are done. So yeah, adding I figured out that it really needed dimension because it just kind of looked kind of one note. So I kind of just made up where the dimensions would kind of be. Not really dimensions, but like where, you know, I don't know what words to use, but I just kind of darkened up some spots, just kind of filled in the area a little bit with the black again. I thought it looked cool. There wasn't much light in her hair, but there was a lot of blue for some reason, even though her hair is black. I forget what that's called, but in black hair there's a tint of blue for some reason, so I went around with the same dark blue that I used for her like bra strap or whatever, just kind of add some blue curls over the black, and I thought it really helped. And I'm using my trusty dusty, they're not dusty, my trusty paint markers, this white paint marker to do all the highlight areas. She had like lip gloss, so I tried to make the white spots kind of look shiny because, you know, lip gloss really shines. And she also had pearls, so you saw I just added those little pearls. And as you can see, I added little white dots to her little gems, so it really looked like diamonds kind of. Then I just did a bunch of finishing touches, darkening some spots, adding some shadows, going back with the paint markers and adding more highlights and really making the highlights pop more. Then I used a gray to draw the actual pearls, because when I used the markers you couldn't really see, so I had to add some dimension to that. Then I went back with another different kind of color to kind of make this blush pop more, because it wasn't really working. And I couldn't really match her like lipstick lip gloss color to the actual reference, so I really tried my best, and I kept going back and forth with figuring out what colors looked right, but I got as close as I could, so yeah. And as usual, I finished off with writing my signature down, and let's get a nice close-up of this finished piece. I'm really happy with it. I hope you really like it. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you for listening. Thanks for watching. Yeah, I'll see you next time. Bye guys.